No, he didn't want it on now.
An hour-long non-violent release.
Right.
Yeah, do you know how many bullets you need to survive an hour having a shootout with police?
How many cartridges did they use?
Well, I mean, look,
All rubbish.
doesn't necessarily mean they're constantly shooting back and forth, but if one man,
Against a SWAT team.
one brown man against a SWAT team, what they got to wait for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We live.
Live, yeah?
Come on.
Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. This is GMS UK Forecasters. Coming with another sit down. Alright, but first we want to give all praises to double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishop, great millstone that were well. That taught us the truth and blessings to the elect, wherever they may be scattered. Now today we're gonna do an open forum, various topics, because there's been many things in the news, you know, that are permanent, that are important when it comes to prophecy. You know, that's why the Lord said, "Watch as well as pray." Let's start with that one, Mark.
13:33.
Yeah, Mark 13:33. Yeah.
Book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 33 says.
That's right.
13:33 says, "Take heed, watch and pray, for you know not when the time is."
So watch and pray. Watch for what? The prophecies, man. All right. So that's why we have to watch the news, whether it be the mainstream news, and then we go online to get real news.
Alternative news.
Yeah, alternative news, because the mainstream media is just, you know, they're just what's the word?
They're faithful.
Yeah, they're bought and paid for. Yeah, that's right. That's it. They're bought and paid for, and there's a lot of things that have been happening. And one of the things that happened, was it Thursday? The terrorist attack? Wednesday.
I think it was Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah, Wednesday or Thursday, there was a so-called terrorist attack on a synagogue in Manchester, in a place called Crumpsall. Now, I think I've got an article on it. I'll read it, don't worry. You guys.
You go?
Yeah, I'll do it, don't worry. I'll read it. And the reason why they did it, you know, we believe that this was what do they call it? PSYOP.
Yeah. False flag.
Yeah, false flag, a PSYOP operation, because anytime that the Zionist state of Israel is getting criticized, all right, and there's international pressure, one of the things that they do is all of a sudden there's a terrorist attack, and these small hats are harmed in certain ways, you know. So there was one in Thursday or Wednesday in Manchester, a place called Crumpsall, which is a Jewish neighborhood, man. All right, and it was on the Day of Atonement, which they call what? Yom Kippur. Yeah, Yom Kippur, right? And I've got an article here. Where is it here? All right. Now, apparently, how many people were killed? I think 2.
Yeah.
It was 2, isn't it? Yeah, 2. They said 2 people were killed, and there's video footage of it as well. And the man that actually they're saying that was the killer, he basically was shot by armed police, which is another thing, because if you look at America, they have all these school shootings, and at the end, the person kills himself.
Yeah, or they get took into custody.
Yeah.
It's an Edomite.
Yeah, and it's always an Edomite, or they get shot and killed before they can even speak. Those are psychological operations. All right? So, and it comes in the same time where these European countries made Palestine what's it called? They made it a state, basically. They recognized the state of Palestine. So it all came at the same time. So this is an article on The Guardian, right? On this so-called terrorist attack, which we believe is a PSYOP. All right, and it says Manchester synagogue terrorist was on bail for alleged rape. All right.
So painting him even more as a demon.
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. So number one, they're making him. Number one, he was Syrian. They said, and he was a refugee.
Oh, how convenient.
Yeah, all the puzzle pieces.
Yeah, all the puzzle pieces. And if you don't know what's been going on in the UK, especially in England, they've been allowing refugees to come from France to England, on small boats. And when they come here, they have to house them somewhere. Where they're housing them is in hotels. So what they've been doing, they've been closing down hotels in local areas, mainly poor areas, all right, and converting them into hotels. And people have been protesting it. And they've been saying that these asylum seekers are murderers, rapists, this, that, and the other. So if you look at this so-called terrorist attack, which is a PSYOPs, you can see that they've put every intricate detail of what's getting people mad in the UK in this. So here in Guardian it says,
who's they doing it though? Who's really behind formulating his character?
yeah,
It's the small hats, man.
yeah, of course, it's them small hats.
Because they need everybody, right?
Yeah,
To sympathise with them. This is the whole point of this.
yeah,
It's a garner sympathy, right? So they need everybody. So they need to make sure that if you're a sympathiser of them, or if you're if you're against immigration, like you said, or if you're just a straight up racist who doesn't like Syrians or whoever coming over on boats, so they're hitting all the marks, man.
yeah,
And when I say they, we're really talking about the small hats, man.
yeah.
You know,
Synagogue of Satan.
the synagogue of Satan, man.
Yeah, those who say they're Jews, go and behave yourself.
I've got two, but they're both small ones. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11.
Yep.
Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And the other one, Sirach 5:15. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small.
There you go. So Satan's devices. If you put that in the blue letter and look at devices, all right, it goes in even deeper. All right. So we believe and we stand upon it that this is all a psyops, man. All right. Now this is from the Guardian. It says the Manchester synagogue terrorist was on police bail for alleged rape. So that hits something right there, because when they've been talking about these protests outside these hotels where asylum seekers are, and let's get this straight, like you said yesterday, they're not illegal immigrants, they're asylum seekers. Yeah. You have a legal right to claim asylum in any country that you see fit, not just the first country you land in.
Yeah, you have a choice, man.
Yeah,
they
you have a
make
choice.
it sound like you have to. Why are they passing through France and that? No, they don't have to. They have to go there.
Exactly.
You seek asylum where you feel as though it's safe for you. That's your choice, because you're the one seeking safety.
Exactly.
No one can tell you where you feel safe.
And remember, this country had an empire called the British Empire, right? Mm-hmm. And wherever they conquered people, they made them speak English.
Yeah.
For example, Sierra Leone was an English colony, and the majority of the people there speak perfect English, man. Better English than you crackers down here. All right? So we can tell that this is a psyops, because it says the Manchester synagogue, in a synagogue, all right? A synagogue was on police bail for alleged rape. Now, since they've had these protests, what have they been saying? They've been saying that these people are rapists. Yeah. Yeah, they're more into, what's it called? They're sexual deviants. You know, they're walking around in packs. I've seen them following schoolgirls. So this bullshit psyops is hitting that mark. So he's a terrorist, all right?
And he's a rapist.
He's a rapist. He was alleged rape. He was on bail, all right? It says when he carried out the attack, the Guardian can reveal. Now let's look at his name.
Hey, hold on. I was gonna look. Yeah, do that. So I'm gonna look into what his name actually means, man.
Yeah. Let's
It's war, isn't it?
Well, his name is Jihad al-Shami. All right, 35 years old. Why don't you guys look up the word jihad? Let's just get it correct, what it actually means. Because people have hearsay in it. Let's just look it up. All right, was being investigated over an alleged sexual attack, which it is understood was said to have taken place earlier this year. All right, earlier this year. All right, let's see, look at the next point. The Syrian-born attacker, so he's born in Syria.
So the word jihad, according to this in Arabic, means effort or struggle.
Effort or struggle.
I've got a bit more here.
Right,
On the Common Dictionary, it says spiritual striving against moral failings undertaken as a religious duty by Muslims. Definition 2, armed struggle in defense of Islam.
Okay.
And
Armed
definition
struggle.
3, any vigorous emotional crusade for an idea or principle.
There you go. Fighting for your religion.
And what is terrorism? Terrorism really is ideals, man.
Yeah, it's
Principles.
ideology.
That's why when they talk about, just a side point, when they talk about going into Palestine and getting rid of Hamas, you can't get rid of Hamas like that.
Yeah.
It's an idealism. You can't blow up ideals.
Ideas, yeah.
Because there's always someone else that's going to take their place.
Take their place.
And carry it on.
Yeah, they're making more little Hamas fighters by what they're doing. You know, if you blow up someone's house and kill their mum, they want vengeance, right?
Anybody would do that.
Anyone, you know, anyone except our people.
Yeah,
Stupid.
it's true.
Yeah, man, our people just lay down and die for your master. All right, but this Syrian-born attacker is also believed to have criminal convictions. Although he was not on the radar of counter-terrorism officers or MI5, police said Friday night that they believe Shami,
Sounds like
Alright.
a sham to me.
yeah, may have been influenced by extreme Islamist ideology, but added establishing the full circumstances of the attack is likely to take some time. Shami was shot dead by armed police after killing a Jewish man and seriously injuring several others when he attacked the Heaton Park Hebrew, and they are Hebrews, all right, congregation synagogue in North Manchester on Thursday. So this is, and apparently one of the victims was at the door, and basically the police shot him by accident, more or less. That's just to make it real.
But he would be, Shami would be a so-called Semite, right?
Yeah, he would be.
Well, he'd be Shemitic.
He'd be Shemitic, yeah.
So how are they gonna call him? How can they gonna call that anti-Semitism?
Exactly. The average person doesn't know what
Average
Shemite
people
means.
don't even know what a Shemite is.
Yeah, they don't know what Shemite means, right? Now, this is the one point here. It said Keir Starmer. Now, Keir Starmer's the Prime Minister of England, right? Called for people to respect the grief of British Jews, all right, after activists planning to demonstrate against the ban on Palestine action on Saturday, all right, said cancelling the event would let terror win. So basically what they're saying is that because of this terrorist attack, they're having these, what's it called, this protests against the genocide in Gaza. They basically said that they should postpone it out of respect.
Yeah, so they're trying to draw up that sympathy for the small house.
Yeah, exactly. So we should. But what does that terrorist attack got to do with? All right, 2 people were killed in that terrorist attack, correct? So-called terrorist attack.
So but that's the measure. 2 people over thousands of
Yeah.
tens and hundreds of thousands of people in another country.
Exactly. There you go. So we can see that. Get that fate. What's it called? Favor be shown to the wicked.
Yep.
Because they're, like we said that yesterday, because this devil is in power, all right, he looks out for his own,
Right.
all right? Unlike our people, man. You know, like when this guy, Charlie Kirk, was assassinated, and that was a psyops as well, all right, 100%. But when he was assassinated, there was a black woman on YouTube who did a video, and she was crying tears.
Oh, Charlie.
Yeah, she couldn't even
Charlie.
stop. She couldn't stop crying
But
tears.
look. Before you go any further,
Yeah.
I have to say this. A lot of these people are just grifters, man. A lot of these Jakes here
Yeah.
are just in it for the money. So they'll jump on the whole right side of the politics and call our people this, that, and the other, and shit on our people and throw them under the bus. But really, they're just doing it for the money.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't really believe what they're saying. It's just the easy way to look. If you're a Jake,
Podcasters.
right?
Yeah.
You'll find it much easier to get a massive audience, a massive following, and all these views and likes if you just shit on niggas, man. The crackers will flow to your page.
Flow to your page.
And praise you. But the minute you say something again, and you just look at the Hodgkins, man. Look at the Hodgkins page, and you see nothing but stuff about Jake.
Well, the Hodgkins twins.
There's nothing about Edomites on there. The minute they do say something about Edomites, it's a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap. Yeah. But then you say that they're tears, I think.
I believe so.
I believe so.
I believe so.
I believe so. Well, if they were tears, it makes sense.
But all right, good point.
Yeah.
But I will say this: there's a lot of other guys as well that aren't tears. That the same thing. There's a guy called Jeff Mead on TikTok. Same thing. Everything he talks about is a shit on Jake's.
What about this guy? He used to be a police officer.
Tatum as well. Another one. He's a Jake.
Yeah, he's a Jake. He's a.
So they're your better examples. They're your better examples.
Yeah, you see. So basically, anytime Israel's getting criticised on a worldwide level, all of a sudden things like this happen. Do you know what I mean? So, like you said, we're not ignorant to Satan's devices. They want sympathy, because how do they get the land that they're in?
Through sympathy.
Yeah, through sympathy. Exactly, man. All right, they got that through sympathy.
Well, it was really given to them.
It was given to them.
At the same time, people didn't say, well, how can you give them the land? You know, no other nation stopped it because of the sympathy. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there was the declaration written up, but people would have said, other nations said, well, you can't just give this land to them. Who are they to just take it?
Yeah.
But no one said anything because
Not
6
even their
million.
land.
Yes, 6 million, we can't mention, But they also created the whole narrative through the whole war, innit? That they would have been persecuted. They were the victims. You know, they and even Keir Starmer in his flipping announcement was like, these people suffered the greatest human tragedy in record in history. I'm like, well, what about the transatlantic slave trade?
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
What about the Congo?
There you go.
Congo is what, 10 million? So that's more.
That's
and the numbers are probably more realistic for that than they are for the 6 milli. You know, I mean, the 6 milli is not real.
They were playing football in them camps, man.
Tennis, watching movies.
Yeah, they had tennis.
Living it up, man.
Yeah, they had currency in there was a documentary that they took off YouTube.
I think I remember the one.
It's called The Hollow Hoax.
Yes.
That's what it's called. And they interviewed all the people that were in there, and the guy was like, yeah, we had canteen. Yeah, and they gave us money and and then the guy interviewing them, how did you have energy to do all this stuff? And he said, well, when Germany started to lose the war, then it got a bit worse up. The people in the camps that were organizing it, they were a bit worse. But that doesn't correlate with what they've told us.
Right.
They've told us that it was a killing machine. When they got off a train, all right, they marched them into a
gas
room.
chambers,
A room, stripped them down, naked, and then someone was on the roof, and it had holes, and they got Zyklon B crystals, and they put it in there, and then they started choking to death.
And none of it came through the gaps under the door, the holes in the brick walls. If you're gonna do something like that, it has to be contained.
Yeah, exactly. It has to be contained.
You can't just have, you're risking people on the outside being murked at the end of the day.
Exactly.
So, it's all falling apart, man. That's the reason why you have this guy Jihad as the new face of terrorism.
Yeah, Jihad, the face of terrorism. So that's their what's the word? That's their what's it called? That's their kind of PR stunt to try and get sympathy again, because everyone knows that what they're doing in our homeland is evil.
I don't think it's gonna work though, man.
It's not working.
I don't think it's gonna work this time. People, it's too far gone.
Yeah, it's too far gone. Yeah, exactly.
Literally, it's just them and media shills that are defending them now. Normal people aren't falling for that.
No, they're not falling for that. Yesterday they did the whole protest, didn't it? They went there and many people were arrested. When Keir Starmer, our president, our prime minister, said abandon that protest, people still went. So
and
it's not working.
what's that group called that they call terrorists now?
Oh, Palestine Action. Yeah.
Just the protesters are now deemed as, terrorists, man.
Yeah, man, and we're gonna have more of that because this man has an agenda. All right, you say you got a picture.
Can't.
No,
This is 2 Thessalonians 2:7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And it's the Most High that's let Esau get away with his wickedness for so long. And it's also the Most High who's allowing Esau to be exposed, because everyone's waking up to Esau's bullshit, man. No one's buying it anymore. Alright? Because these Edomites ain't all that smart. It's just the same formula rinsed and repeated, man.
Yeah.
Hoping that you guys still fall for it, man. This is verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, his prophets, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Yahweh and the holy angels, man. Alright, so that's why, you know, our elder apostles, they push being diligent doing this work, man, because we don't understand that really us doing this work is what's bringing the downfall of this man's kingdom, man. Because he can't hide himself no more. You got you know, your average Jake with dreads, or your Edomite breaking down the scriptures, man.
Yeah.
Going on TikTok talking about don't take the MOTB, talking about this is a hoax. Come on, man, this devil's been exposed, man.
Yeah. Hey, that's why one of the Rockefellers said the internet should never be invented.
Yeah.
Because what did the Bible say? Is it in Daniel? It says knowledge shall increase.
Yeah.
Daniel 12:4.
Yeah, Daniel said knowledge shall increase. How's the knowledge increasing? Via the internet.
I've got a quick preset.
And
Just to back
also a
up
lot
what the
of
brother
these
just read.
whistleblowers.
Oh, and whistleblowers as well,
His
yeah.
own tongue spawning upon
Yeah,
himself.
I'm holding
That's
that
it.
one as well.
Yep.
Let me just read this just to back up what the brother just read. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 2 Corinthians 10
Yeah.
and 3. I'll start at. It says, "For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds." So like the brother said, there's a spirit that's destroying this place.
Yeah.
It's not anything to do with anything physical. As long as we keep doing this, what it's going to do is keep destroying this man's kingdom, and it's going to bring about all the prophecies. It's going to the elect will be sealed. All these things are going to come about just by doing the work, man.
Yeah.
Can't.
You don't need to take up no arms. As you said, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. And also, the word of the Lord is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword. We're using the sword of the Spirit.
That's right. And the funny thing is that they actually believe and think that their rinse and repeat kind of things will work.
Yeah.
You know, and it will continue working. If you look at the Romans, right, one of the things they did under Nero, I remember Apostle Hart said that, and I believe it as well, that Nero was
47.
Donald Trump.
Yeah,
100% believe that. 100%.
Nero
100%.
He's moving just like.
He's moving exactly like Nero, man. If you looked at the history of Nero, he basically got agents in the Roman Empire to burn down Rome, and he blamed it on Jakes, who were called Christians back then. So when you hear about the Roman Empire and Christians being persecuted, they weren't crackers, all right? They were actually Israelites.
Just say Edomites.
All right, Edomites in the Roman Empire, basically, you know, and they were fed to lions. And after they burnt down Rome, they went on a rampage, man. Woo! They had a lot of fun, man. You know, they tied Jakes upside down, burnt them upside down, put them in lions' dens, all that kind of thing, and that was on the what's it called, Nero, on his orders. All right. And we believe through the Spirit that Nero is Trump. All right? Because what is Trump saying? You're the one that brought it out about, he said he's going to go into Chicago, right?
Yeah, he's going to, so he now...
article there. Did you have an article? Or is this one there?
I don't think I found it. I didn't look for one. I thought
I've got it.
Yeah. I'll quickly go over it though, but he's basically, he's talking to the, obviously the top brass in the military, so the top generals and the top admirals, so the army and the navy. He wants to use them in particular cities to basically, you know, bring them under control. So he's talking about crime, and we're talking about what would they be? They'd be blue states, right? Blue states, blue cities, yeah, under the left hand.
The Democrats.
The Democratic
Democrats.
side of things.
Yep.
And this is where a lot of the Jakes are, man. So basically, you know, he wants to start bringing about all these
Troops into the
cities, the martial laws, man. You know.
Yeah.
He's moving crazy.
Yeah, he's moving crazy. I mean,
Let me see if I can find it on my phone.
yeah, I've got an article here because it said this is on BBC News, right? All right. What's it called? Get First Thessalonians 5 and 7 as well. All right, this is on BBC News, right? BBC News website, and it says U.S. cities should be military training grounds. Trump tells generals.
Yeah.
I repeat that, man.
And they're looking at him they're looking at him like he's crazy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And he says some things like, you know, if you wanna applaud that, you can. And he knows that they can't. There's a program when it comes to them being there and them listening to what he's saying.
Yeah.
They're not on either side of things. They have a job to do as a military.
Yeah.
And if it's lawful, they'll do it. But they're not going to protest. They're not going to sit there and clap it as if they're in favour, or boo it as if they're not in favour. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
So, but this guy doesn't understand anything.
No,
He's
not.
basically stupid, man.
He is stupid. Remember, he said that he solved the war between, Azerbaijan. They were at war with Armenia, but he said Azerbaijan was at war with Albania. And then dummy, man. And the Albanian president the other day was in the EU, and he met Macron, and he said, I want you to tell Donald Trump, thank you for settling the war that we was never in the first place. They were all laughing. Do you get what I mean? So you can tell that this guy is just a clown, man.
And you can also tell that due to the fact that they had dithering Biden before him and now this clown, America's on a downward spiral, man.
Downward spiral.
Over.
Man. Yeah. And I don't think that Joe Biden, he was half dead, man. Yeah, he was half dead. But yeah, it's on BBC News said this is what Donald Trump said. U.S. cities should be military training grounds, Trump tells generals.
You gotta say it like Trump.
Wow. Yeah, you got, I think the grounds, like cities like Chicago, where else? California, these places should be training grounds for the military. U.S. President Donald Trump has said he wants to use American cities as training grounds for the military. All right. In an unusual address to hundreds of military leaders assembled across the world, Trump described civil disturbances as the enemy within.
Wow.
Whoa.
The enemy within.
Enemy within.
Remember in their constitution, they have the right to bear arms to protect themselves from enemies foreign and domestic, meaning
Yeah.
the reason why they have the right to bear arms is for shit like that. So if the police or the military start going above their station,
Yeah.
ordinary citizens should be allowed to protect themselves. And now some people that say they want to get rid of the guns, they'll say, oh, well, those are draconian, they're old, it's not like that anymore, we don't need to worry about that. But you don't know where this is going, man.
Yeah.
So you don't understand, you do need listen, I'm not saying that we need to have shooters, because that's not us, we just read the scriptures, man.
It's a war for the
Carnal. But if you're right there and you're carnal, yeah, you better stay strapped up, because
man.
them guys are gonna come for you, man.
But if I may add to your point, Amor, this is where, as many guns as there is in the hood, that's not our blessing, bro. That's Esau's blessing.
True.
So it's like, which is why it's beautiful. You read that scripture, for our weapons are not carnal, but are spiritual. And that's what these nigger lats are gonna have to learn the hard way, man. Because they're gonna try and think they're big and tough and fight against Esau, and they're gonna get rolled over, man.
Who remembers that movie when there was a civil war? Was it Bushwick? Was the movie called Bushwick, and it had
Bushwick.
it had the wrestler in it. What's his name?
But Dave Bautista. That's a brilliant
Good
film.
actor, man.
Yeah, it's a brilliant film.
Anyway, yeah, so it shows you, because they're in the hood, innit, and they're trying to develop the weapons
Mm.
and shit to fight against the troops and that.
Yeah.
But you're right, man. They don't have what it takes. But look,
Yeah.
would you rather have your strapping, have your chance, or let them come in and run over you?
But this ties in with all of the wasn't there a mass shooting allegedly in Michigan the week before?
Oh yeah.
So they keep doing these false flag mass shootings because they want to take the guns away from the people. So they're trying to get the sympathy. Oh, gun violence is out of control. We need to take away the people's arms.
Yeah.
And then they can just roll in with the rollout of Trump's martial law thing.
Every one of them mass shootings has been for the purpose of taking away their guns.
Take away their guns. Now, that film is called Bushwick, right? Because there's an area in New York called Bushwick, New York.
Yeah.
So that's where it starts. They come out there. And you know what? They tried to downplay it and say it's not that good film and stuff. I think it's brilliant.
It's a good film.
The reason why, and you brothers and sisters that are in the truth, you should try and watch it. The reason why, because it just shows you that things can change. Just like the scandemic. 1 minute everything was normal, and then after the Lord clicked his fingers. And we have to remember the Lord is in charge of all this.
Yeah.
It's white man. It's not.
The streets were bare, man.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. We loved it, but the
Yeah.
streets were bare, and it gave you a sense of
Apocalyptic.
the future, man.
Exactly. So here we go, continuing in this article, right? In an unusual address to hundreds of military leaders assembled across the world. So basically they had like a meeting, but they had it on the internet as well. So because America's got 800 military bases around the world.
Yeah.
All right.
It used to be, not that long ago, it was less than 300, not that long ago.
Yeah, but now it's everywhere, man. 800, all right? It says Donald Trump described civil disturbances as the enemy within. He added that the situation won't get out of control once you're involved. It comes after Trump deployed National Guard troops to Washington, D.C., you jakes are there, Los Angeles, you jakes are there, Portland, Oregon, you jakes are there, in a crackdown on crime and to support immigration enforcement. All right. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth also spoke, declaring an end to woke culture in the Pentagon and announcing new male levels of physical fitness and standards for military officers. All right. This is the main point here. The president repeated his criticism of Democratic-led cities, including San Francisco, where you jakes are, Chicago, where you jakes are, New York, where you jakes are, Los Angeles, where you jakes are, and indicated he would continue his policy of using military for law enforcement. So he's basically, and all those cities that he mentioned are cities where Israelites are living.
Yeah.
All
The
right.
problem is, right, you talk about the left and the right, and it doesn't matter.
Nah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, man.
Yeah. It doesn't
At the
matter.
end of the day,
Get Revelations. 13,
Republican or Democrat, whoever's leading it is working for them.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
It doesn't, all this left and right bollocks. It means nothing, man.
It means nothing.
Because the right will talk about how they're against unaliving babies in the womb and stuff like that. And yeah, we're 100%. You can agree with some of the things they say.
Yeah.
Right? But they don't really care. Because if they did, there wouldn't be so many of them places
In the
in
first
the
place.
hood, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where women are just being whores, and then the next day they're taking the pills, or you know, further down the line they're going to the clinics, man.
Yeah.
And then you've got Edomite Christians outside the clinics trying to persuade them to, or dissuade them from doing it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, there's a
So
law
they don't
against
care.
it. There's a law against that now here, where they have to have distance. They can't be around an abortion clinic for 1,000 miles or whatever.
Oh, so they've got a restraining order against
Yeah, restraining order, because Christian groups were out there, and they were telling the women, "Listen, what you're doing is a sin."
And they're right to do that.
And they're right to do that. But in this country, they put an end to that, man. You see, go.
Yeah, this is first or second? First Thessalonians 5 and verse 5.
Yeah.
It says, "Ye are all children of the light." Let me read through verse 4.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like it.
Yeah.
But
So that's
yeah.
I was looking for that.
Okay, come on. This is First Thessalonians 5 and 4. "But ye brethren are not in darkness, that the day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all children of the light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of the darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love for a helmet, and for a helmet the hope of salvation." So basically, we're not, man.
Yeah, go on.
Basically, we're not in the darkness about what Esau's doing.
Yeah.
There was a time when we was, like for example, if you cast our minds back to pre-internet days, like say 1980s, early 1990s,
Yeah.
Esau could do this shit and get away with it because he had all media on lockdown. He had the television channels, he had the newspapers, he had the magazines, or the radio stations. Everything that you were hearing once upon a time, Esau controlled every aspect of the narrative. You'd hear conspiracy theories, but that would literally be word of mouth or maybe the occasional book here or there. But since the internet's come to the forefront, now you've got alternative news networks. You're getting reports from eyewitnesses who were there, and maybe the eyewitness report isn't correlating with the mainstream narrative that's being pushed. So what we're finding is Esau's narrative is falling apart, you know, like a bad weave, man. It's looking scrappy and all kind of messed up.
Yeah, sloppy.
Yeah, that's why he's having to come out with Keir Starmer last week. We must gather to protect the small hats. You know, again, trying to play on that sympathy card. Now that sympathy card can't be played no more because you showed your ass, man.
And the reason why they want the sympathy, it's not because we can't do nothing to them, but they just don't want to be spoken about. They need to have the image that must remain. So it's not about, like, you can say what we like about them, it's not going to hurt them. They're still going to be running things. They're still going to own all the news outlets, all the GB News and the Great Good Morning Britain and all the papers, and they're going to own all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So they can still spin whatever they want to spin.
They can still spin whatever they want to spin, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's not working as they used to do. If what happened in World War II at the end of it happened now, people want to buy it because we have more information now. Do you get what I mean? So they're trying to cover their sins by being victims.
Yeah.
Like they like to call us victims.
Yeah.
You got a chip in our shoulder, this, that, and the other.
Yeah,
But
it's in
really-
the past, get over it.
Yeah, it's in the past, get over it. But they keep talking about what happened in the past. That don't make any sense, you know?
Yeah, but the thing is, though, we're the only people that can't talk about things that happened to us in the past. Everybody else can do it.
Everyone else
The
can do it.
Japanese can do it.
Yeah.
They can do it. British, when it comes to talk about World War II and all that, they can do it. So whatever's happened to people in the past, if you're of Israelite descendancy, you can't. You know, you're supposed to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, and you know in regards to the racing, we're 100 laps behind, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly. Yeah.
we're 100 laps behind, and they expect us to compete on the same level.
Oh, but we've got equal opportunities now, though. Now everybody's equal. We've all got the same rights, the same chances. So now we can't say nothing.
Well, you can say that. It's like saying you shouldn't commit murder, and there's laws to stop people from committing it,
But
but
they still
people
do it.
still fucking do it. Don't
Yeah,
they?
they still do it, man.
Doesn't matter what you say; it's the actions, man.
It's the actions, man. You got that one? Revelations
13 and 11, yeah?
Yeah, and 11.
Can't.
Because what the officer said was true. It doesn't matter whether it's Republicans or Democrats. They're still going to follow their blueprint for this new world order. And a part of that new world order is to get rid of us. That's the reality. That's why we're warning you, man. All right?
Birds of the same feather.
And that just goes back to the Roman Empire as well, with the plebeians and the patricians. They're working in tandem, man, because whoever's above them is what really matters.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter about the left and the right. You know what I mean? That
Don't
means
matter.
nothing. It's just a game.
Yeah.
Anyone that comes to me talking about their voting, man, I just turn my head and just
Yeah, you have
stop
to.
talking to me, man.
No, but if you don't have a vote, you don't have a say.
It's just folly.
Bullshit. Go on.
Revelation 13 and 11.
Yeah.
And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth,
Yeah.
and he had two horns like a lamb,
Mhm.
and he spake as a dragon.
Yeah, and that beast is this what's it called? The Roman Empire reincarnated. That's the best way to say it, because America is like the Roman Empire, because it has a Congress and a Senate. The Rome had a Congress and a Senate, and it had two parties, as you said. What is it? Plebeians,
And the patricians.
plebeians, and patricians.
You can even take it a step further with the architecture.
Yep.
Spiritually,
the columns, isn't it?
they were
the
made
columns.
to make that place like a neo-Rome, man.
Yeah, and that's why when you go to, like you got our homeland, but then west of it, it's got a place called Jordan. All right, that is where Edomites originate from. And if you look at the architecture of the ancient,
Yeah,
Mount
that's
Seir.
it,
and if you look at the architecture of those buildings, they look exactly like what you'll see in the city
Well,
of
it's carved
London.
into the
It's into the
to
rocks.
the mountains, man.
Yeah, it's carved into the rocks, man. All right. So it said what? It said
I read it again.
Yeah, 2.
Revelation 13 and 11.
Yep.
And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth,
Yep.
and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
See, so there, a lamb is like, oh yeah, we're gonna help you, you know, because a lamb is gentle and kind. Oh, we're gonna help you, don't worry. But they spake as a dragon. Both parties.
Yep.
Those 2 horns represent power. All right, and that power is who? The Republicans and the Democrats. So when you were under Joe Biden, what did he do? He allowed many Northern Kingdom Israelites to go in there, all right, and to migrate in there. They were allowing them to go in there, man, all right, in their thousands. Remember, they were coming with their kids, and then they allowed them to go into sanctuary cities. They did that so when Trump comes in, he would reverse all of that, and he would bring in laws that take away people's rights, and that's exactly what's happening. All right. So when it says spake as a dragon, all right, these are what? Draconian measures. Draconian measures. Someone look up that word, draconian measures.
On it right now.
You know, but that's what this man is doing. So every fake terrorist attack, always watch what happens next. Always see what laws come in.
That's a good point. But let me say this too.
Yeah.
Always think about what happened before.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they're pulling that shit.
Or what's happening around the time
Yeah.
it happened.
Around that time, yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the minute I heard that, I was like, all right.
What's really going on?
I know what they're doing. No, I don't even have to question. I knew what they were doing. It's obvious. It's so obvious, man. Even like I said, even the standard guys on YouTube can see what they're doing. Yeah, you're getting called out for your shit. So now you have to try and calm quell the talk.
Have to deflect.
You have to get that sympathy that you're no longer getting it. I keep seeing it on channels, man, people's pages and people's comment sections. Victim card expired.
Yeah.
Victim card expired. Victim card expired. So no one's we don't believe you. We don't believe you anymore. You got prison?
You go on?
Well, yeah, you know, you bring up his.
Alright, yeah, this is because we were talking about the Edomites' habitation. It's in the scriptures there. This is Obadiah 1 and verse 3. It says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? So in that scripture, it tells you that the Edomites dwelled in the cleft of the rock. And when you look at the architecture, even over here in the UK, when you go into central London, you see that Roman style architecture on a lot of those buildings. And you've got all the concrete on the streets. That's Esau's habitation, man. He wherever he goes, he remakes the place in his image.
Let me read this just to coincide, man. Because Job said it, man. So I'm going to cut to the chase. At Job 30 and 5, it says, they were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief. So they're chasing them out into the wilderness, man. It says to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks. Among the bushes they brayed under the nettles. They were gathered together. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth.
Yeah.
And who's viler than the earth, man? No one but them Edomites, man. You know? And so it's a spiritual thing. As I say, it's a spiritual thing that wherever they go, they can't help but build things the way they know how to build things, man.
Yeah, that's in their spirit.
And it's also to identify them, because we wouldn't be able to talk about certain things if we didn't recognize that, hey, they're still doing the same shit and doing things the same way that they did way back then in the Roman Empire, you know, the time of Job, whatever. They're doing the same thing now, man.
Yeah.
It's like, and I remember at a young age, I used to look at the architecture and think, why does it look like this here? You know, why does it look like, because you used to see in history class and I used to see buildings in Rome and stuff, in Greece. Because Greece is Edomites as well, and you know, they have the same structures. So I used to think, why does it look like that here, man? But now I know.
Same kind of architecture, man. And they were doing the same, like if you go to the destruction of Pompeii, all right, which was in Napoli, they knew that they were going to die, right? Because, you know, the volcano, Mount Vesuvius, erupted. So you've got like a day or two to live. Rather than, pray to Lord, mercy, whatever, what was their thing? Let's just have the biggest orgy that we can have.
Violent in the earth.
Yeah, violent. That's another example of violent in the earth. And then they made statues of it, man. Statues of two men double penetrating a woman.
Really?
Yeah, man. Men humping goats. I mean,
let me show you. I've got them on my phone.
yeah, you got a couple of days to live, and then that's what you do with it.
But that is their spirit, and they will do that. Right? You see the purge, man.
But
Yeah.
some of
See how
those,
that's exactly what the purge is about. People just having a chance to do whatever they want to do. If you told Edomites today that the world is going to end in 7 days, they'd go crazy, man. They would go absolutely crazy.
Max out that credit card, get all the cocaine you could possibly get.
some of those statues weren't sculpted. They were literally the people doing the acts because of the way the volcano erupted. Some of them got petrified in that state of the last thing they were doing. So they were doing that.
The last stroke.
Imagine that, Selectors. I was just gonna say this. Imagine that all that's kicking off around you, and you're still doing that shit.
Rather than seeking repentance.
Or seeking trying to get safety, but you're still just mashing it out. That's nuts, man.
I went to an exhibition in 2013 in the British Museum about Pompeii, and they were showing some of the because Esau hides a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah.
But they were showing different things that they had in Pompeii around the time it went off. They used to have this thing where they'd have toilet stalls and they'd have a sign outside and it said something in Roman. But what it was is like, whenever you went in there, if there was someone in there before you, be it man, woman or beast, you have to have sex with whoever's in there. So people go in there and they'd wait, and whoever comes in next, they'd freak off with. So it could be man or man, woman or woman. They were literally doing that. Another thing is they had this statue, I'll show you guys, that on the, in the museum they had these plaques so you could explain the exhibit. They said this statue hadn't been shown to the public because people might have reacted badly to it, but now they're showing it and they want to show it in its original context. Wow. This is one of the statues they had of Pan fucking the goat. This is from
Pan,
Pompeii,
yeah.
This is from Pompeii. They actually had this statue in the museum, and they tried to spin it saying, "Oh, this isn't an act of bestiality; it's an act of love towards the animal." And that's the kind of shit they had in Pompeii.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
So when the Most High destroyed that place, it was justified, man.
Yeah. When he said it was violent in the earth, when the Lord says they're violent in the earth, he's not kidding. And the sad thing about it, these coconuts, look up to them, man. I don't look up to them, even though I'm short. I look down on them, man.
Yeah, but I think you're being a bit harsher on our people these days. I might have said that 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I feel as though more or less these days
they're changing,
they're starting to wake up to the truth about what these devils are really about.
Thanks to the Heavenly Father and the increasing of knowledge. Yeah. Because when you go on YouTube, man, there's not a lot of love for them.
No.
Which is beautiful. But the ones that are not on there, they're crying over Charlie Kirk.
And they show themselves, because any time that Jake's are on whatever video or whatever, they always in the comment section with their racist ourselves, man. They're showing themselves all the time what they're really about.
Yeah, man. Can't go.
This is 2 Thessalonians 2, verse 7 and verse 8. It says, "For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth," us prophesying against Esau, "and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved." So basically, like you said, Jacob is starting to speak up against Esau now. They're not. Some of them are still drinking the Kool-Aid, as they say, but some are speaking out.
Yeah.
But that's through the Spirit of the Lord, because this is prophecy that the wicked is being revealed.
Listen,
that's right.
I'm pretty sure, because we're not too far in age. I can't really speak for you, but when I was young, my sisters and my people older than me would tell me about the Edomites, man.
The white man's the devil.
They wouldn't necessarily say that, but they give you the inclination that look, they're not the same as us, man.
Yes.
You know?
My dad.
So our people have always known
that.
that. We've always known that. But you know, the further you go along in their society, and the more you're around them, you start to just kind of forget sometimes what they're really about.
Yeah.
They changed.
Especially to you Jakes that are career types in the office and so forth. You know what I mean? Some of them are just totally gone, man. You know what I mean? They look at them like they're gods. You know?
Yeah.
But my dad told me years ago, man, he said, listen, the only reason why I came to this country because the white man destroyed us. Yeah, he always used to tell me that, man. But on my mum's side, they're coconuts, innit? What can you do? Woman is a woman, innit? You know?
Women are easily led.
Women are
They go
easily
along
led.
with the strongest vibration that's in play.
And they're
So
attracted to
Esau-
power.
Yeah,
Look,
Esau's
look.
in play now. So
I can
the
say
God
this
of
because
Esau.
you know where I work and stuff. There's a lot of Edomites and stuff, and you can deal with them day to day on a day-to-day basis, and they're all right. I'm not gonna lie and say they're all devils because they're not showing that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
ultimately, they are the seed of the wicked. That's the important thing. They're the seed of the wicked. So
Yeah.
there's no repentance for them, and it is what it is. You know, it doesn't mean you can't go to work and have a conversation or whatever and work alongside them and stuff. Because that's just how it works in the world, man. Remember, we have to do that with all the other heathens, and they're all our enemies.
Yeah,
At the end
man.
of the day,
Yep.
an Edomite is of the wicked, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah, that's just the way it is. It's just like, and you're right because I did talks at the hospital, and most of them were Edomites, man. And they were generally shocked at the way Jake gets treated in there. Do you get what I mean? Etc. But being in this truth, you know not to trust them.
Yeah.
Right? Because when you have what's it called? When you have all these things coming out, like in England they brought out the digital ID, isn't it? That's the next one that they announced.
Yeah.
Now this digital ID is supposed to be for people that want to work, is it?
No, it's to
For everybody.
it's
For everyone.
No, let me,
If you
let
can't-
me break
if
it
you
down. Let me break
yeah,
it
go
down.
on, break
they,
it down.
They,
Oh,
they, they initially said that this is to help with this whole immigration crisis. So we will know who's illegal and who's not and who's legal.
Yeah.
And you know, obviously with the ID you'll be able to work and do this, that and the other. So they're using the premise of illegal immigrancy as to why they need us to have identification.
Yeah.
But then in order to have this identification, you'll need driver's licenses or passports or things like that to
Yeah.
prove who you are in the first place.
And it's
So-
going to be on your smartphone, they said. It's going to be a
Well,
digital.
at the start, yeah.
Initially.
Initially, it's a smartphone thing. So,
Yeah.
you know, how does that work really when it comes down to the elderly? A lot of the elderly don't have smartphones and stuff like that. Some people are still working with really old phones.
Yeah.
We don't know how that's going to work, but look,
They said they'll cover that. That's
yeah,
what
exactly.
that article.
Because they have to do this. This is something that has to be done in order to reach the ultimate goal, which is the chip.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. They don't care how it's going to work. Because sooner or later, it's going to be a thing where they're going to just come hard on that. You know, they're going to
Yeah.
go hard on that, and they're going to, push it in a sense where, all right, if you don't, let's say, all right, you don't have a phone.
You're
Well,
not going to be able to function in
or you're not
society.
going to have no. But if you don't have a phone, let's say you can't get one. Oh well, we'll find another way.
Yeah.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
remember what, forgive me, RFK said a couple months back about how he wants to get everybody wearing wearables. So that ties in with this whole push.
And because you can already
Oh, that's
get bracelets.
JFK's
Nephew, I think.
nephew,
You
yeah.
can already get bracelets, rings. They
The
can.
Apple
They
Watch.
do.
Yeah, Apple
watches.
Watch wearables.
So they can do that. It's not an issue.
Yeah.
It's not
I
really
think
an
even
issue.
in America, they actually had incentives to where, with this whole smartphone push, they was actually providing phones for like homeless people.
Yeah, give them the phone for free. It don't cost
So
you
they,
so
so they
nothing.
can do the same thing here. But
And then-
one thing,
So
it's
like,
not-
go on.
just real quick, one thing you got to learn in Esau society, anything you get for free is because you're the product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was going to just add to what he was saying. This is a big thing for them. You think there's no expense spared, man?
Nah,
You think it's going to
man.
be cheap to,
Yeah.
to introduce the MOTB?
No,
It's
no,
going to
no,
be cheap.
no, it's going to be
They
expensive.
don't care about the money, man. They just want the control.
Yeah, they
Oh,
want
money
the
comes
control.
into them.
They've already got the money.
Yeah, now they want the control.
And they've got partly the control, but they want you to know. And soon they're going to want you to know that, yeah, we're in control.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, this is this is the Independent, right? Petition against digital ID cards receives 1.5 signatures. Now 1.5
You said 1.5, but you
Yeah.
just said a million.
million. Yeah.
Yeah, 1.5 million.
And that's an old figure as well. It's like under 3 million now. In fact, I'll check it now.
What's the
that
population
date?
of this? Check the population.
This
of
was
That's the 27th.
27th of September.
Yeah, so we're in 5th of October today.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, it might even be more than that. All right.
Yeah.
So it says, Sir Keir Starmer, who's our Prime Minister, said on Friday that the government would introduce a new ID system by 2029. Now, we talked about that asylum seekers coming on the boats. He's using that as an excuse to say, listen, we can bring in a digital ID that will stop migrants
from
That's-
working.
illegally because they can get cash in hand and all this stuff. But but they're promoting it as this is gonna stop asylum seekers coming from France over here. How's that gonna stop it?
May I say something about
Go on,
that?
Sean.
Well, no, it's not going to stop. So,
You
like,
got
I
it.
gotta say this. So it's not
Yeah,
to
go on.
stop asylum seekers. Remember,
Yeah.
asylum seeking is not illegal. It's to
Yeah.
stop people coming over to try and be illegal immigrants. That's what they're saying. Because you can
Okay.
still, they can't change that law about
work.
Yeah.
asylum seeking. You have that right to do that.
Yeah.
But the whole premise of people being here illegally, it's just a small percentage.
Very tiny.
It's not even the whole argument of asylums of illegal immigrants in this country is not even worth talking about. It's not even a thing.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
they've whooped up these low level, low educated devils to
Yeah.
believe in what they're saying.
They're
Which is why
taking
they're
your
doing these
teeth.
marches.
Well.
Yeah, these toothless, skin-headed wonders.
Yeah.
Complaining about it. They don't even know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
I was gonna
They're
say
just being used. Don't go.
it's like an interrupt. You
No,
finish?
no.
Because when Kistel was in the interview and a woman asked him, so how is this going to stop
Yeah.
illegal immigrants working in this country?
Yeah.
And he was saying everybody will need to have the digital ID in order to work, right? But he didn't really answer the question. But what you got to do
Yeah.
is you got to see where the breadcrumb trail is leading. So what I'm going to say is this, right?
Mm.
They're going to push this thing, and people are going to know that's not going to stop immigration.
Yeah.
Because people can still work cash in hand.
Mm.
So when they start saying, "Oh, now we have to do away with cash because there's too many people who are
Gradualism.
still working here
Mm.
through cash in hand transactions,"
Yeah.
now we want to make all transactions
Digital. Yeah.
Excellent point.
Excellent point. You see, they call that the totalitarian tiptoe
Yeah.
or gradualism, isn't it?
Yeah, that's an excellent point, man.
That's an
Because
excellent point,
That's
yeah.
what they want to do, right?
That's what they want to
And
do.
we're just kind of forgetting that part. The getting rid of cash, the cashless society. Man.
Yeah. Well, they said the other day, it's funny on the news, right? They said that all transactions in the UK last year, in the last financial year, less than 10% of it was with cash. So people are getting used to not using cash. For example, in the scandemic, Marks and Spencer's, Burger King, and other companies stock cash.
Yeah,
So you go to Marks and Spencer's now,
yeah, you got to pay back.
you got to pay
No,
by
you can
card.
still use cash.
But like
No,
one,
but
till,
not. If you go to the one,
the majority of the tills are probably going to.
Yeah.
There's one in Wimbledon
yeah.
that has half the side does cash and half and card. And
Some
half
of
the
them do
side does
till
card.
where you can put money in.
Because look, they're not gonna stop the cash until
Yeah.
they have to stop the cash. There's plenty of places that will still take cash, and it tends to be the bigger places that do that. Marks and Spencer is not
Yeah.
a small company, but there's a lot of smaller businesses
Yeah, they
that
can't
say
take it.
card only.
Yeah. It's going that
Because
way.
they've started that way
Yeah.
through the scandemic, like you said,
Yeah.
and it's easier now to stay that way. They don't
Yeah.
have to count cash at the end of the day. Everything's
Yeah.
on the computer.
Yeah.
But if I don't take cash at when I'm at work, it's easy for me to finish that day. I
you don't have to count as much. Yeah,
I just see what comes out on that slip on the PDQ machine, and I see what's on the screen. If it matches, it's done. There's no counting all the money because the
Yeah.
money hasn't changed because I haven't taken any and I haven't given any out.
Mm.
So and there's a lot of days where it's like that.
Yeah.
So it shows you, man. I can sit there like I could say probably 2 to 3 out of 5 days a week. I don't have to count any cash.
Mm. Well, when people come in,
Yeah.
that's after a whole
Because
day's
it's
trading.
a whole day's trading.
yeah, there you go. You see, so they're doing it. What's the word? Gradually, man.
You know
You
what
know?
shows that as well? even when you see these buskers in the street, once upon a time people would throw them change.
Yeah.
Most of them have got like card readers now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
Even
god.
the buskers, yeah.
I said no change. He's
Yeah.
putting out the
It's true, but anyone can get it. Like
That's
Sum Up.
crazy.
There's a company called Sum Up, innit?
I've never heard of it.
It's like you know those card readers.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's say you got a business.
Because you can link it to your phone.
Yeah.
For
Little-
homeless
little
people,
scanner,
that help.
little-
Yeah. Like when you go to these, you know, these marches like Palestine Action, all that stuff. You know, they sell Palestine flags. The people that sell it are white people, right? And they've got that card reader. So they say, oh, the flag is like 10 pounds, you know, and they say, oh, no, if you haven't got cash, you could pay with the card reader.
But most people are here saying, I don't carry cash anymore.
Yeah. There you go.
I always like to have a little piece in the pocket. You know?
Yeah, you never know
Yeah,
what's going to come
yeah.
up against.
I tried to.
No,
Yeah.
look, there's nothing. We can carry as much. People say, "Oh, we got to keep using the cash." It doesn't matter about cash.
Yeah, it's being phased out. Man.
It's gonna be phased out.
It's
The
gonna be
law's gonna
phased out.
phase it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you said. This is the law's program, man.
Yeah.
This has to come about. This chip has to come about. It's prophecy.
Yeah. I would
So all this. I heard someone say, "Yeah, we gotta go against it." Do you know what? I'm not to call my brother out, but it's my brother that's silly. Like, not that he doesn't believe in what we're talking about here, but he doesn't understand that, or he didn't at that time. I had to explain it for the scripture. That, you know, this is something that if you're going against this, you're going against the Most High.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, this is his plan
Mm.
to lead towards the MOTB. So, you know, we welcome this, man. You're going to see me signing a petition, man.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Sign a petition. to
On
file
that
this.
note of petitions, right?
Yeah.
So first of all, I've got the updated figure.
Okay, because
So
this
it-
one says
1.5 million.
yeah. Now this one was last Saturday, 27th of September. It said 1.5 signatures petition against the digital IDs.
So
Alright.
now it's
Let's see what it is now.
2.8 million.
No.
And what they're doing as well,
Wow.
That's almost double.
yeah.
Yeah.
And what they're doing as well is they're actually emailing all those that signed the petition. So I'm not going to say the guy's name, but he posted it. He said, "Dear so-and-so, the government has responded to the petition you signed. Do not introduce digital ID cards. Government responded, we will introduce a digital ID within this parliament to help tackle illegal migration, make accessing government services easier, and enable wider efficiencies. We will consult on details soon." So basically, they said, "Fuck your petition, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't give a shit what you think."
The power is in their hands, man.
Right.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Not yours. It's in their hands, man.
See, and that's
Fake as a dragon.
and remember, yeah, exactly. That's like Revelations 13:11. It said, you know, he was a lamb, but he spake as a dragon. Draconian measures. All right, and draconian measures are very harsh and severe. Okay,
Yeah.
so just over a week ago it was 1.5. Now it's 2.8. Now on this article it says the petition calling for the government to scrap plans for digital ID cards have received more than 1.5 million signatures. Sir Keir Starmer announced on Friday that the government would introduce a new ID system by 2029. That would be mandatory for working people in the UK. So what happened to the democracy?
It was always an illusion.
It was always an illusion. The right to choose.
Exactly.
You know?
Because in any real democratic society, if the majority voted against that thing, they would not be able to bring it about.
Exactly, yeah. And you know what? The funny thing is, like, you know when you watch, I watched this thing called Jeremy Vine where they have all these contestants on the panel, and there's a woman there, and she's in favour of Labour, whatever. You know what this bitch said, man? She said, we've been giving up our rights anyway. You know, when you sign up to something, you know, companies have your details.
Yeah.
So this is nothing bad. And, you know, like she kind of smoothed it over, this, that, and the other. That shows you that they're all agents, man. You know what I mean? They're towing the party line. And if they don't tow the party line,
Who said that?
Labour MP.
Yeah, Labour MP. If you don't tow the party line, he removes the whip from you. Like he did with Diane Abbott, right?
Oh, she's been taken out.
Yeah, but they took her. Remember, she was a Labour person, and because she was with Corbyn, they took the whip from her.
Okay.
They gave it back to her. But now, when she doubled down on what she said, that black people are treated worse than other minorities, they took it away from her again.
They never wanted her there in the first place.
They never wanted her there in the first
Just a
place.
token black woman.
Listen, man. As much as she's in the politics where she shouldn't be, I feel bad for that woman.
I feel
She
bad
takes
for
a
her,
lot
yeah.
of shit.
She takes a lot of shit,
You
man.
know what I mean?
Yeah. Because she's a Jake woman, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I remember when she was outside the hall in Hackney, she had the microphone, but her hand was shaking. Because come on, man, she's been getting death threats. One guy said that, you know, every time he looks at her, he wants to kill her.
Yeah. No, every
You
time
know?
he looks at her, he wants to kill black women.
Oh, yeah. He said that every time he sees Diane Abbott, he hates all black women or something like
That's
that.
the spirit of Needhamite through it.
Yeah, man. You know, see, there you go. So, all of this is going down. Now, with petitions, you're supposed to get 10,000 signatures or 100,000 signatures, and then it can go to a parliament debate.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've had more than that now.
Way more than that.
Way more than that. So, what's going to happen? Nothing's going to happen.
No.
Yeah.
You
Even
know?
if it does go to a debate, it's still going to be voted in.
Precept.
Because
Yeah.
all those MPs who have to vote, they're going to side with what the party agenda is.
Yeah, it's all an agenda, see?
Precept.
Alright, go on.
This is Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time,
Mm-hmm.
but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So your 3 million petition signing doesn't negate prophecy, man. You know,
Yeah.
you can apply feelings and emotions and whatnot, but hey, one thing Elder Apostle Tahar says is that when you want to understand this Bible, you have to apply logic. You know, the Most High doesn't care how a digital ID system or the MOTB gonna make you feel. It's His will, and that's what's gonna be implemented, man.
Yeah.
If I may say something as well, Baba Kashar, it also shows how the people have been trained. Like, when people, in this country, when people get upset about things, oh, let's go down to Parliament and hold signs, or let's sign a petition. These things don't really affect anything in the world.
No.
If you look at through history, when changes have happened, it's usually come through revolution.
Violence.
That's
Or
right.
violence.
Like
But
the
people have
French
been so
Revolution.
pacified to where they think writing on a piece of paper and, you know, posting it to your MP is going to make a difference. Ain't going to make no difference. So
And we're not saying you should do that.
obviously, yeah, we're not saying that.
Disclaimer.
But it's the truth of how things really get changed.
Yep.
Mm.
It's more than onions, isn't it? But there is sometimes, like, for example, what is it? In Italy, they did a strike about Palestine, innit? All the workers stopped working,
Okay.
you know. But what did that actually achieve?
Because look, that can work for a while. because
It can work for a while.
Once you start upsetting the economy.
The
with certain
economy,
things,
yeah.
They have to start listening.
Yeah,
But
it can happen.
so, like we said earlier, some things are more important. They don't
Yeah.
give a shit about anything but the fulfillment of this MOTB, man.
And
I've got a quick
all
reason.
that, yeah.
Isaiah 10 and 1, it says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people. You know, I'll finish it there, man, but
Yeah.
You know.
Disgraciousness which they
Yeah.
prescribed. And taking away people's rights.
And we can, and let's be clear about this. Like, let's say you want to work and you have to have digital ID. That's fine, you can do it, as long as you don't take the MOTB.
do you know, so that's it, because my brother was talking on the phone with my sister, and I could hear them talking because he's on loudspeaker. And she was saying, and she was saying, yeah, you can have the ID. And he said, no, you can't do it because it's going to lead to the mark. And I said, no, bro, she's right. Listen, you can go along with that. Just don't
Yeah.
go along with the chip. When it comes down to that, that's when you have to draw the line, man. And now look, if you're going to, and I said, if you're going to take it, you're going to take it. There's nothing you can do about that. Man's going to serve the Lord, man. You know?
Yeah, that's it.
So, we can't, we pray that we're of the elect, that's it. But listen, there's certain things that you can, if you have, if you've got to get down with certain things, you've got to get down with it, man.
Yeah.
It's just understanding the scriptures, man.
Yeah.
It's that mark. You cannot take the mark.
Yeah, let's get that scripture. And the consequence of the mark as well.
Yeah.
So Revelations 13 and 16. And then the other ones, is it Revelations 14 and 9? I think?
Yeah. I'll
Yeah.
get that one.
Yeah, so let's make it clear because, they said by 2029. So let's say we're still here, all right, and you need to work. All right, it's a stepping stone towards the MOTB, but it's still not the MOTB. You know, so you can take it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have that. It's going to be on a smartphone, and you notice when they actually announced it, what face did they put on it? A Jake face. Yeah, black face, isn't it?
I think I said that to someone at the time.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe the audacity, man.
Out of all people.
Out of all people.
Out of all people.
This is a white nation. You know,
Yeah,
what I mean? We're a white Christian country.
Oh,
But then they put, you know what I mean? But then they put a Jake on the brick ID, man, the brick pass.
Yeah.
Because Esau knows who the enemy is.
Yeah.
It's Jake that don't know who the enemy
Crazy.
is. But they're waking up to it now.
That's it.
I'm sure there's plenty of Jakes that saw that and thought, they're taking the piss.
Yeah, they're taking. When I saw it, I was like, you fucking cunts.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah.
You go through the Mark scriptures, but Baba Kushal, may I bring this one out to back up what I'm wanting?
Yeah, go on.
It was good. It's actually a good thing that your brother was hesitant about the ID, because at least he's got a bit of fear about the mark. But this is to quantify what you said. Matthew 22 and let's get to the point. 19. It says, shew me the tribute money, and they brought him a penny. And he saith unto them, whose image and superscription? They saith unto him, Caesar's. Then saith he unto them, render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's, and unto the Most High the things that are the Most High's. So it's that understanding that we're not going off if we go along with Esau until he pushes the mark, because that's when we have to render unto the Most High what's his, and where his property. So we can't be branded with Esau's chips. So when that line is drawn, that's when we have to be like, you know what, man, fuck you, Esau. But up until that point, we have to go along with it. Now, there's another thing I'll say as well. It's not just going to affect people in work. People who are on benefits, disability benefits, they're going to have to get the Brit ID as well to claim their benefits.
Yeah.
Because they're looking to use that to replace what you have now, which is the national insurance number.
Yeah.
You know, so they're going to do away with all that. So if you want to claim your benefits, you're going to have to get the card. Then ultimately, that makes it easier when you push the chip. Well, now you've got to get the chip to keep getting your benefits. That's how a lot of people are going to be steamrolled into it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, the whole thing about benefits, right? If you look at the history of this country, all right, they didn't have many benefits before World War II. Okay, they never had any child benefit, housing benefit, and all that stuff. And by the way, back then, if you went to a doctor, you had to go to the doctor and pay. You had to go and give doctor money and pay. But because World War II was so devastating, and this country had so many people that were injured, they started the National Health Service, free healthcare, and they needed to have benefits because the whole economy was kaput. And that's when Jake started coming over here to rebuild the country. All right? But before World War II, so the Heavenly Father, he's strategic, because wars bring judgment, but it also brings what? Prophetic change. All right?
Can we read this if it
What?
1 Corinthians 7 and 29, and it says, but this I say, brethren, the time is short, it remaineth, that both they that have wives be as though they had none, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. So yeah, while we're here, there's certain things that we get along with when we go along with, right? But you know, understanding what we're supposed to go along with and get along with. Because remember, we read about the unrighteous decrees, man. We're not really supposed to go down that road. And the most unrighteous one that they will bring out in our time is that mark, man. So anything leading up to that, you know, the scriptures don't break down punishments for having a digital ID, right? We can't buy and sell with that, right? You know, that's just a means to actually be able to work to buy and sell.
Yeah.
Like if you started at this digital ID, how are you gonna last in this society until the chip comes out anyway? We have to go. We want to be able to last to that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We want to be around for the destruction of this place.
Endure until the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right, man. And we need to, in my mind, I'm like, alright, if the Lord puts me to death before then, fair enough. But I want to challenge myself. You know, like when you know about all these prophecies are coming, I want to challenge myself to say, like, listen, am I gonna stay strong for the Lord? And unto death, you know, oh yeah, take this or whatever. No, off with your head. You know what I mean? You wanna, you know, you don't know about you, brother, but you have that in your mind to think to yourself, yeah, I want to be tested like that.
Of course, man. We've all
You know what I mean?
I believe we've all thought about that moment, you know.
Can't-
And that's the moment. That is the moment, man. You get through that moment and you
made it,
listen.
man.
If you listen, I- I'm not gonna lie. I want to be caught up in the air, like without coming out the grave. But either way,
Yeah.
either way,
man.
it's
Yeah.
you're good to go, man. It's a
Yeah.
win-win situation.
Win-win.
You die in this truth, or you get, you know, you have so rescues you and this kidnaps you. Let's say kidnap, because that's what you're coming to do.
Yeah,
Abduction.
So he's going to come and abduct us in the in the
Beat me up,
chariots, man.
Scotty.
You know,
Yeah.
either way is fine.
What do they? I think the word would be liberate, because he's liberating us from our captivity.
Yeah.
Esau's the one who's kidnapped us.
Remember the scriptures say,
And sin as
the
well.
dead shall rise first, man. So dying in this truth, you have the privilege of being raised first.
Yeah. That's right, man. And the Lord takes people. Let me get that one.
When we say
Just that 58.
No, you're right.
One of them.
Don't worry, I'll get it first and then we'll go to the.
They talk about the UFO abductions.
Yeah,
'Cause that's what's coming, man.
Yeah.
You know, you people think we're crazy when we talk about the UFOs, man, the chariots. That's what they are, man. You know?
Well,
That's
that's
why
what happened to
Elder-
Elijah.
Yeah.
And
that's
why-
Enoch. Yeah, in your house.
That's why Elder Apostle Gabar is making more effort. He don't call them chariots or whatever. He calls them spaceships.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
That's exactly how we're getting
Yeah.
delivered out of it. Man.
Yeah. There's a beautiful video that I think I put in a clip of this cracker that was on in Los Angeles doing fishing, and he put it on his phone and he said, you guys won't believe this, but I saw a UFO and it came and it went in the water, and then when he was talking, he was trying to film and he went, oh, there it is, and then it came out of the water and it was like a, not like a huge massive one, but maybe 2 or 3 people could be in it.
Right.
It came out of the water and he went, is this real? Is this what's happening? Oh my God. And then it went like that. And then he went, and it just went up out of the air. And he was filming everything. He put it on YouTube, man. It was a beautiful thing. Now in Psalms, I think it's Psalms 104, where it says, the chariots labor the chambers in the water. Yeah, you know that one. Yeah. But yeah, if you die and you're a part of the elect, you're good, man. All right. If the Lord takes you out before all this hell, all right. As long as you die in this truth, you're good. This is Isaiah 57:1. The righteous perisheth, and no man layeth it to heart. And merciful men are taken away, none considering that the righteous is taken away from the evil to come. So, hey, like, we had a brother that died in, was it last year?
Early this year.
Yeah, early this year. He's good, man. Whatever illness he had, he's out of pain, and he laboured in his truth. All right, so he's good. You know. So the Lord said, "Listen, you know what? All hell's coming. All hell's breaking loose. You know what? Come home." So he's fantastic.
And I think they're right. Because I think, not to talk about the brother too deep about him, but
Yeah.
I think when you know who you're talking about, I don't think he would have been. He could have. The Lord could have brought him through that.
Yeah,
I think
Lord
that
could do anything. Yeah.
What the condition of the brother was mercy, like you just read. It's mercy.
It's mercy, man. You know what I mean?
And he's good now, man.
Yeah,
Imagine
he's
that.
good.
He's fucking good, man.
Yeah, he's good, man. You know, I mean, brothers might miss him, his family might miss him, but he's out of pain. He's good, man.
There's been other brothers that have passed as well.
Yeah.
Just wait.
Late passed in the truth, I mean.
Yeah, labouring in the truth and
Remember, his spirit's gonna go back in. He's gonna be made,
He's coming back
immortal.
to perfect body.
Immortal.
Yeah,
In a
man.
perfect body, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Precept to back up what you said, you quoted it,
go on.
but I'll just bring it out. Psalms 104:3.
Mm-hmm.
Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters,
Yep.
who maketh the cloud his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind.
There you go. So these spaceships or UFOs, all right, which are called chariots in the Bible, they can come out of the water. For example, all these last year they said that they had all these drone sightings in New York, and it was on TV and all that stuff. One guy was saying they keep coming out of the water, all right, and they do come out of the water. That's what it says, all right. They can go in the water, out the atmosphere,
Inner space, outer space.
Inner space, outer space. They can they can be cloaked. They can turn into clouds. They can be invisible. You can't touch it, man. Like one Edomite on this program, he said, we filmed a cluster of UFOs, all right, and it looked like they were actually doing drills, like they were, what's the word, play fighting?
Formations and stuff.
Yeah, doing formations, and he said, if they ever attacked us on the earth, we have no chance.
Game over.
The maneuverability of those things are not of this world, man.
Yeah,
it tells you that
in
Ezekiel how they move. They move with his spirit.
Yeah, wherever the spirit moved, they went.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, there was a video of one splitting in half a missile, man, just taking it out of action. Yeah, super speed. And the military exposed that. They brought the truth out about it.
Yeah.
They can't hide them anymore.
They can't hide them like they used to do. But one guy in the military, he said that they came down, innit?
So like man, I just said that shows you how smart the Most High is. Because think about it, Esau gave us these phones to track us, right?
Yeah.
And you had everyone get a phone, put cameras on their phone, but guess what? The Lord's revealing these chariots and people are filming it and putting it on the internet.
Exactly.
So even though Esau used these things as a trap for us, it's actually exposing the truth of the Most High's creation. So it's been a double-edged sword to Esau. Everything that Esau pushes for our destruction, the Most High flips it and uses it to our advantage.
There's always a counter action for the elect.
Yeah, the Most High is a man of war. He's
Yeah.
maneuvering all the pieces on the board perfectly to the conclusion that he wants.
Exactly, and that's why we should always pray for the elect. Because the elect is not just 144,000. There's going to be a mixed multitude. Like it says in Revelations, 7 and 4 now?
Women and children.
Yeah, so that's...
You have the 12,000 from each tribe, but then you have those that believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, those that have been given mercy, man.
Yeah,
Someone's just going to have mercy. Remember, the Lord says, I will have mercy on who I will have mercy on, man. So he can, in the last moments, he can just decide, I'm going to be merciful to you, man.
Exactly. Hey, what about when Yahushua was on the cross? Remember that?
Right. Last minute reprieve.
Yeah, man. He's like, can you remember me in your kingdom?
Yeah, that's beautiful, man.
That was beautiful, man. He was probably a big toe rag.
And just for the mere fact of his faith, he had that faith. He believed in it.
Yeah, he believed in Yahushua's kingdom. Do you get what I mean? So that's how merciful the Lord is, man. But he's not a God that you want to play with, man. Let's get the MLTV one there.
Gotcha. Revelation 13:16.
Yeah. But that's where all this is leading. Digital ID and all that kind of stuff.
Revelation 13:16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
See, that's what, 666. Now, the limo that the President of the United States always drives in, all right, whether it be Obama or Biden or this clown that we've got now, Trump, what is the limousine called? It's called the Beast, man. All right, you can look that up for yourself. So they are fulfilling prophecy. They know exactly what they're doing, and that's why their judgment is. Then the Lord's not going to have any mercy on these Edomites, man, because they are leading the charge when it comes to this new world order.
Precept.
All right. Hang on. Wait. Let me just bring this up first. Shit, actually. All right. This is Revelations 3:10. All right. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience. All right, patience means to suffer. All right, and this truth is about suffering, man. Okay, It's about suffering. The Lord will give you a reprieve now and then, but it's just constant suffering. Constant suffering. It doesn't, whether it's physical, mental, you could have money problems, this, that, and the other. This truth is about suffering, man. All right? Because Yahushua, he suffered. Paul suffered. Paul had a thorn in the flesh. What does that mean? An infirmity, man. All right? So the servant is not what greater than their masters, right? So we're going to have to suffer. All right? So because thou hast kept the word of my patience, means to suffer, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon the whole world to try them that dwell upon the earth. I'm sure that word there, world, is oikumene. All right? Which means the entire world. Okay?
Everybody's going to be tested.
Yeah, everyone's going to be tested, man. So that is the hour of temptation, man. But there's a consequence to it.
I've got it.
You got that consequence, yeah?
Yeah, Revelation 14 and verse
9.
Yeah, thank you, Tuana.
Yeah.
Verse 9. And it says, the third angel followed them, saying in a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wrath of the wine. Sorry, for me. The same shall drink of the wrath. Oh, I mean that wrong. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So the consequence of taking that mark is that it's game over, man.
It's a nuclear destruction, because the missiles that fire and brimstone represents all that fire from those missiles, man. If you avoided that, you're not going to be caught. You can get Revelation the 15th chapter when it talks about the sea of glass as well, man.
Yeah.
Because we're getting caught up. I don't know if you want to get was it First Thessalonians the 4th chapter as well. You can get that, but that it's that avoidance, man, of getting, having one of them missiles with your name on it, basically.
Yeah, this is Revelation 15 from verse 1. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in this is filled up the wrath of the Most High. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High. And they sung the song of Moses, the servant of the Most High, and the song of the Lamb, saying, great and marvelous are thy works, Lord power almighty, and just and true are thy ways, thou King of saints. So that sea of glass represents the elect when they're beamed up into those chariots, Lord being we be of that number, who are going to be looking down by the firmament and seeing the destruction of Babylon the Great. And Israel as well, that's going to get nuked.
Yeah.
But an interesting shot of that is I was watching that movie Independence Day. Sometimes I put it on just to watch the first act, like the first 30 minutes, up until the point where the chariots start blasting the place. And even that shows an aerial view of America on fire. And that literally is like, when I saw that, I'm like, that's Revelation 15, the sea of glass. Looking down and seeing America burning, man.
And it told you there that once you're on that chariot seat, that you've gotten over the victory. You have the victory, and you've gotten over the mark and everything, man. You've won. Yes. Or we have won as the the Lord willing with the elect. It's about bringing down this devil, man, and we need a whole new earth. We need a new kingdom of righteousness on this earth, man. That's what it's about. So this place can be ruled as it's supposed to be ruled, in the righteousness under the laws of the Heavenly Father, man.
Yeah. And we'll be able to appreciate life, because look, right now our life is about prophesying against his kingdom and seeing the fall of our enemy. When Esau's taken out of the way, imagine how much you'll be able to just think about life and nature and actually enjoy life.
Enjoy life, yeah. We have no idea what that is, to enjoy life. We might have little snippets of life where we have a little bit of pleasure here and there, very small bits.
Yeah.
Very small in comparison to what we're talking about. We're talking about just pure, and I can't even, I can't
fathom
describe it. I can't describe it because it's
Yeah.
just pure joy and happiness, man.
Yeah.
Like, everything we'll do is a pleasure. Everything.
Do you know what that brings in the fulfillment of the name of the earth? I died paradise.
Yeah. It's gonna go back to
Paradise, back to paradise, man.
Yeah, back to paradise. Right now,
For
this
us.
place is not paradise.
Not for everybody.
Esau's going to be in hell.
Esau's gonna be in hell, and the heathens at some point will have some kind of
They're going to enjoy paradise
enjoy it.
too.
They're gonna enjoy it because why? First and foremost, because of the laws.
Yes.
Real judgment, real laws where people aren't abusing their powers, because we don't need to abuse our powers.
And also, what is the heathen are gonna realize the benefits of having our laws in place, man. Like for example,
To the words out of my mouth.
Yeah.
the land Sabbath. You know,
Everything.
Even the regular
Look,
Sabbath.
when they start to realize, hold on a minute, these people know how to really judge things correctly. They know how to make sure that the water's clean and the food is not tampered with, and all the medicines are coming from the earth now. So when we're sick, we really do get better. You know, because they're still going to catch all that shit.
Yeah.
We're not going to catch nothing.
Yeah,
They're
definitely.
going to start to realize how these people are.
Righteous judges.
We wish it was like this all along. And they're going to be cursing them Edomites out, man.
Yeah.
Because they're going to realise what the fucking hell they were doing while they were on this earth.
Yeah.
And the same people, and remember, these heathens, they kissed Esau's ass, man.
But the funny thing is, secretly they hate Esau, man. Like
Yeah,
if you
that's-
get around Elam,
Yeah.
you kind of, like with the chat GPT, you got to probe it a certain type of way to get the response you want.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
do
yeah.
the same thing with like with Elam, man. They're gonna tell you everything they hate about
Yeah,
Israel, man.
man. I saw this thing where this white woman went to India to do a talk, and she was doing it in front of these students. And you know what? This Elamite got up and said, "How dare you talk to us about human rights? You know, how dare? Yeah, you got that audacity." And you know what happened? Unfortunately, because their minds are colonized, they all started,
Cursing him out.
yeah, they started cursing him out. And he said, "Who are you to come to India talk about human rights when you starve?" Because in the British Empire, underneath Winston Churchill, they starved 200 million of them to death.
Look at that.
They starved them because they didn't want to work for that East India Company no more, because they weren't getting paid that much. They were basically slaves. So they did a blockade and they killed 200 million people. Men, women, children, even dogs, cattle, everything. No food for any of them. So sometimes when you speak to them, all right, these other heathens, they get mad as well, man. You know? Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Yeah.
But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And that Winston Churchill, we mentioned it earlier, they were calling him the greatest Briton to ever have lived, didn't they?
Yeah, he's the greatest killer to ever live.
Fat demon.
Fat bastard. Even Hitler said that. He said, "Oh, they're talking about us persecuting the small hats." He goes, "But the concentration camp was invented by the British, and it was in South Africa. Remember the Boer War? Yeah, the British versus the Dutch. All right, they made concentration camps, man. They were the first ones to invent it. So they're hypocrites, man. You know, but the righteous are what? When the righteous are in authority, people rejoice. You know, so in our kingdom, in Yahushua's kingdom, all right, they're gonna be brutalized, but after a while they're gonna rejoice. They're gonna see the benefits of it. You know what I mean?
Precept.
You know, but Esau, boy, you're gonna have 1,000 years of being a slave, being brutalized, and then just be lit on fire and done away with,
They've
man.
had their benefits, man.
Yeah, you've had your run.
Consolation.
Yeah, man. Go on.
This is Job 20:4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever, like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Because after the 1,000-year period, you know, Esau's gonna get Obadiah 1:18, man. Gonna be gathered into that pit. going to be burnt, and they're going to be completely done away with, never to see an Edomite again. And the reason why they're going to face that judgment is because they committed the one sin that these other heathen nations haven't done, which is blasphemy of the Holy Spirit, which can't be forgiven, man.
Yeah, man. You know,
Is there more? Read on, more.
them Gonga
It's the
dings.
same, that's it.
Yeah, but them Gonga dings, they didn't put up Yahweh Shai as an Indian, man.
Neither did the Moabites,
Yeah,
the Ammonites.
yeah, all them stupid turtle eating Chinese people, man. They didn't put up the Messiah as a Chinese man. The only person that did that was these Edomites, so-called white men.
Side with squinty eyes.
Yeah, it was skinny eyes, man. And we could break down to you. See, this truth is everything, man. Why is it that the Japanese and the Chinese and their brothers and sisters who are around in Malaysia or whatever, why have they got epichantic fold? Because they're children of Lot, man.
Yep, children of incest.
Yeah, they're children of incest, man. And when you have incest, you have deformities.
Yep.
So that's the reason why 60% of Moabites wear what glasses?
Yeah, make sure you say Moabites, man.
Yeah.
'Cause you certain things you can't put out there as facts, because scientifically, in their scientific world, it's not factual. So we have to use certain names when we talk about that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Precept?
Moabites and Ammonites, man. You're children of Lot. That's why you look that way. Right? Good.
And the script, and it also says what in that it says you shall fly away as a dream, man. That's one of my favorite parts, man, because that's your remembrance. You know, right now everyone knows who you are, and you're revered and you're respected. But there's gonna be a time when you're gonna be a distant memory, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what? That wouldn't be the first time the Most High had done it, because remember the ancient Egypt, Malta Zion, right? What nation was ruling that kingdom? Wasn't it the Hamites?
Yeah.
Look at the Hamites today.
Yeah. See,
But at least they're still on the earth.
Yeah.
At least it's on the earth.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
they like you would, if you was to go to like some guy in the world and be like, yeah, you see those Hamites over there? Yeah, those are
They used to be,
they
What?
won't
Them
believe it.
niggas over there?
No, they'll probably turn around and say, no, that was us, bro.
What? Them doo-doo eating
That
Africans?
was us.
Yeah.
It was Kangs.
They and they do say that, man. They do say that. It's like no, it was white. No, you white people were in Egypt under the Greeks as invaders. That's all.
Yeah.
And the ancient Egyptians are the Sudanese, man.
And we
black
don't say
ones.
that because we care about them. It's just the truth, man.
Yeah, it's just the
You
truth.
devils want to be everyone but Esau, Edom.
Yeah.
That's why Esau goes around breaking the noses off of
Yeah.
Yeah.
artifacts, because obviously the nose show that they were of
Yeah.
Hamite.
Imagine they
I might
can't
descend.
even stay in the sun, but they want to try and tell us that
They were ruling there.
They were ruling in.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Come on.
Crazy.
Man.
Yeah.
Do you know, I laugh sometimes when I hear Edomites talk. Like you catch them sometimes, like, I look so pale on video.
Oh,
You know, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's them speaking on themselves. They know they've got a weird look.
Yeah,
That's why they have to always run around getting tanned.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Yesterday when I was driving to camp, you know, like in Angel, they got these bars and that, and there was two cracker women, and one of them was so pale, you know, like and it wasn't that warm yesterday, was it?
No, it's quite cold.
Yeah, it was quite cold and that, but she had like a top that was backless, so I could see her pasty back, and she had you could see her tits on the side. She wasn't big, she was curvy, and then she had some baggy jeans on, man. And then I looked to the next woman that was right next to her, and she was an Edomite, but she had a bit of tan on her. And you look at her, I was like, oh, damn, man. When the Edomites are my slaves, you're gonna be forcefully tanned. I'm gonna forcefully tan you, man. All right, and I'm gonna do it in like a tigers or lions den. So the lions and the tigers, they won't be chained up because I don't believe in chaining up animals, and the animals are gonna be in complete sync with
We
us
don't need
anyway.
to chain
Yeah,
them
just
up.
tell them
Yeah,
to
we
stay
don't need
still,
to. But the Edomite women are gonna be lying there every 10 minutes turn. And if they don't do it within time, I'm gonna put it in the lions and tigers' minds to maul them. If they don't, because I'm not having slaves, Edomite slaves, that are pasty. I mean, I looked at her, I was like, oh. Do you know what I mean?
I know how you mean.
Can you imagine pumping that, man?
Remember what Aaron said of Miriam when the Most High struck her with leprosy?
Right.
Yeah.
Let her not be as one dead. Whose flesh is half consumed when they cometh out of the womb.
Yeah.
But you find when Jakes generally get with Edomite women, they got a bit of a tan about them. They're a bit more of they're off white and they got a bit more of a body about them. I'm not picking them pasty ass. Remember that movie? What's that movie? It's a comedy, man. And there's a guy in it, and he's like an activist guy, and he's talking to, and he's saying, "Brothers, we gotta stop using these words like nigger." And then he
CB4.
No, it might have. It's modelled after one of them movies, but they amalgamate all them type of movies into one movie.
Oh,
I think it's the one about drinking juice in the hood.
Oh yeah, don't be a menace.
Don't be a menace. Juice.
Yeah.
And then he sees this girl, and he says, "Oh my milk of magnesia."
Oh yeah.
And she's pasty and spotty and just
glasses. Just
the nastiest Edomite woman you could possibly make. You're not ever in your life wanting to pick something like that.
Yeah, and at the end of the film, they said what's happening to everyone, and then they said he's totally sold out. He went into the trailer and he's seeing that the trailer's rocking back and forth, so he's banging the life out of that pale Edomite woman.
The thing that makes me laugh is the milk of magnesia, because I used to have, my mum would give me that stuff. That stuff tastes like shit.
Disgusting, man.
Disgusting, man. That tastes disgusting, bro.
Precept, Baba Kashan.
Yeah, go on.
Because you mentioned Esau perishing forever like his own dung. This is Hebrews 12:16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For you know that how afterwards, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. And if I may just say something about that.
Yeah.
This is a very scary scripture, man. I mean, I'm an Israelite. All praises to Yahweh Hashem for making me that way. But even when I read the scripture, imagine being condemned to the point where no matter how much you want to repent to the Lord, he ain't hearing it. That's a very scary place to. I don't ever want to be there. But that's where Esau is.
Yep.
I mean, he's doomed, man. It's written. He's doomed.
The only thing about it is that they don't understand that. You have them in their own Christian churches. They don't understand that there's no repentance with it.
Yeah.
They're only going to find that out when the time comes when, what is it? Wisdom of Solomon 5. Chapter, man.
Well, the scriptures say how the same must know it after death by pain. Because ultimately everyone's going to know the truth. It's about how you're going to find out about it, man.
Yeah, and all you niggas
by the time they find out, it's going to be too late.
Yep. Yeah, all you niggas that stick up for them, alright? You're basically signing your own death warrant. Alright, this is Proverbs 17 and 15. It says, he that justifieth the wicked, and he that condemneth the just, and the just is the elect, even they both are an abomination to Yahweh and Yahushai. So when you stick up for your master, you're an abomination, man. And how many of our people do that? Really, they're not our own. They're not our people. Like that black woman that was crying over Charlie Kirk, man.
But like I said, man, don't focus on them too much, man. Don't think everyone you see like that really believes in that stuff, man.
Yeah, but it's
all a stage, man. Everything's a stage now. People are doing things just to get money, and people have been selling their souls for all different types. This is just a new way of selling your soul now. You sell your people out, and you say this, that, and the other. All the Edomites love it, and you make lots of money. If you was there promoting, listen, that amazing Lucas, he was on that side of things. It wasn't that bad. He wasn't like, but he was more leading to the right side of politics. But he wasn't shilling it like shitting on us like that. It could have gone that way, but he saw a different side of things, and now he's lost a lot of viewership in that, because now he's on the side of talking up for Jake. So it shows you that these guys, they're not really, but these people are intelligent, man. They know what they're doing, and they know that in order to make money, just cater towards Esau, Edom, man, and you're gonna do well. It's that simple. Yeah. You think they honestly believe that there's no systemic racism in America and all the other things that they try and claim that don't exist. Do you really think they believe those things?
Yeah.
It's evident.
Yeah, but there's some people that do though, man.
Very few.
There are
But
some.
Very few.
Yeah, they might be tears.
Yeah, they're probably tears. The ones that actually you think actually believe, they're probably tears, man. The rest of them are sellouts. They're
Yeah.
just sellouts, man.
Yeah, there's a
They're
guy on
just-
YouTube.
they don't really care. Look at their Hodge twins, man. I think they are tears, man, because they was begging that guy that created that white only town for a spot in the town, man. They're going that bad right now.
Really?
People are starting to realise.
The one in South Africa?
No, it's in America.
Oh, in America. Wow, man.
People are starting to realise that they're not what they made out to be. They're not very smart. You know, they just rinse and repeat what other people are saying, man.
Yeah.
And they have no shame.
Yeah.
They actually, one of them said, "I don't want America to. I would hate it if America wasn't a majority white, because it would be bad if it wasn't majority white."
Wow. Yeah, they're gone, man.
And like you look into their eyes, man. I just get the. I'm not. No one knows for sure because you never really see their parents and they don't really talk about.
Yeah, they don't really talk
So
about it.
it's almost like they're trying to keep it a secret.
Mm.
But you know, word on the street is that they're tears, man. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, but a lot of these people, as you said, like that guy, what's his name, Tatum? Yeah, that black guy. He was on Piers Morgan recently. He was a former cop.
So he knows.
So
Look, if you're a nigger cop in America, man, you more than likely whilst he was a cop, they were taking the piss out of him.
yeah.
Remember what that guy said on that thing with Desmond? Oh, there was a guy who was a Elamite on the force. He's like, yeah, let's go packy bashing.
Oh yeah. Make Bradford British, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, yeah, I used to have this friend called Mohammed, and I used to say, yeah, let's go packy bashing, you know?
I find it. The reason why I say about this is I find it worse that they are actually doing all this shit just for likes, views, and money. Whereas someone could actually be indoctrinated. If someone's indoctrinated, they're indoctrinated, man.
Yeah.
That's why you have the term Stockholm syndrome, because people just get, they get caught up in their belief system, and that's it. Their mind is taken over by that belief system. No, these guys ain't like that, man. They're shitting on their own people.
Yeah.
Simply for money.
For money, yeah.
So death to them, man.
Death to them.
Death to that Tatum and all the other, the Candace Owens and that.
Yeah.
She's one of the worst ones, man. And now she's trying to scoot back over to the so-called black side of things, man.
Yeah. She's nothing but age. Remember
they've already showed their hands. And they're all of them are married to Edomites, man.
Yeah. Because you know the man that she's married to, Candace Owens? He was a part of, David Cameron and Boris Johnson. They went to Oxford, I think, and they were part of the Burlington Club.
Oh.
Remember that secret society? Her husband's a part of that club. So
That's why she's in the position.
Yeah, that's why she got that position.
Let me read this real quick, man.
And she used to do the bathroom, man.
Let's wrap this up in a minute.
Yeah.
This is Proverbs 11:21. It says, "Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered." So don't matter how many of these Edomite men start hooking up with these Israelite women, or vice versa, man.
Yeah.
You know, all you're doing with that on that side of things, all you're doing is bringing more Edomites into the world to be destroyed in the kingdom, man, and to be put into slavery, man. That's all you're doing is making us more slaves in the kingdom. That's it. And on the other side of things, man, you know, if you're a Jake man and you're dealing with the Edomite woman, that's all right, because you're bringing in all Jakes. That's cool. But look, man, if she's an Edomite, then
man.
that's it. It's a wrap for her, man.
Yeah, when the kingdom comes, she'll be on the slave side.
It's like that movie.
Right.
What's that movie when they're it's the end of the world and the chariots are it's a comedy and they're getting
Cosmic Slump.
No, they're getting beamed up. It's not that old. It's got a load of them Edomites in it. A lot of them Amalekites are in that movie, and they're in someone's house. We've seen it. We've
Oh, World's End.
Oh, and they're all hugging each other.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like you see
With Nicolas Cage.
No, it's a comedy, man.
Oh.
it's Don't Look Up. No, it's not Don't
It's
Look
not
Up.
Don't Look Up. It's that Seth Rogen's in it. And,
Yeah.
And one of them tries to jump on the chariot by gripping onto someone else. That's basically that. That's not how it works, man.
Yeah.
You can't cling on to someone else to try and get salvation, man.
Yeah, and they're in a
If you're the wicked.
yeah, they're in a
yeah,
shop
yeah.
and people are getting beamed up.
I can't remember what that film is called, man.
And they
This
call
is
it-
the end.
yeah, this is the end,
This
and
is
they
the
call it. It's like the rapture, the rapture.
Yeah.
And by the way, there's no word in the Bible called rapture.
Mm-mm.
That's just a bullshit theology that was brought out by Masons. All right, because most of these Christian denominations they were started by Freemasons, like Charles Taze Russell, Jehovah's Wickedness. He used to be a grave robber, man. You know, robbing graves, man. And then this guy started Jehovah's Wickedness. You know, it's absolutely incredible. So all you sellouts that love the devil, you're gonna perish with him, man. You know, the Bible says Proverbs 3:31, envy not the oppressor and choose none of his
ways, man.
It says none of his ways, man. All right. So the truth is the light, man. Okay. You got something?
Yeah, I do.
Food smells nice, isn't it?
This is the book of Acts,
Smell.
chapter 14 and 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High.
Yeah, man. And that tribulation is coming soon.
That's what all these things that are happening are leading up to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's why we said at the beginning, it says, well, watch as well as pray, man. Because when that scandemic happened, it didn't come out of the blue, it was in other countries, isn't it?
But we knew it was coming, though.
Yeah, but you knew it was coming over here. And when it came over here, it wiped out many Israelite families, man. There was a basketball player in America, and he lost 7 people in his family, man. He lost his mum, he lost his grandparents, both of them, this, that, and the other. And the ones that have died, you're better off, man. Because if you ain't in this truth, you ain't got no purpose about you. Really, you know? Our purpose is to serve the Heavenly Father and His Son.
Ecclesiastes 12.
You know?
Listen, you gotta remember though, there's no disease that wipes out anybody without the Lord behind it.
That's it.
Because you remember when they touted that scandemic as this thing, but then after a while they had to start breaking it down, and they're saying, well, if you have this one with you and that one with you, there's more chance of you getting it, and then there's more chance of something.
Yeah.
But the majority of people I know that ever caught it, they just was at home for a week with like a really bad flu.
Yeah.
And then that was it. Like the elderly were getting taken out, but the elderly get killed by the flu, influenza,
Yeah.
year in, year out. So what we're talking about here, we're talking about something that was designed to scare the masses in order to change society around, man.
Yeah.
Like, I never once got that thing. I don't know about anybody else.
No,
I
I had
never
it.
once got that.
I had it. It was
And
real.
I was I only ever had the mask on where it was kind of like you was inclined to do so because you were in spaces where if you didn't,
People would look at you
it's
funny,
it's
yeah.
just causing trouble in it. So we got,
Yeah.
as it says, we
Why is the serpent?
yeah,
harmless
why
to
the
God?
second harmless and double? We just do what we have to do to maneuver in the society.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Anyway, I think that a lot of people, like there was one guy that got brain damage by it, and this, that, and the other. You know, people got taken out. But
I think more people got taken out by the juice, man.
yeah, exactly.
Anything
Yeah.
else.
Exactly. Even what's it called, Reform? One guy went on the stage and said people have got in the royal family got cancer because of it.
No.
How was that? Okay.
That's the main purpose of it, wasn't it?
Yeah,
To get
that's
people
the
to
main-
take that.
So you guys continue. It's alright, don't worry.
Yeah, we anything else?
No,
We'll close it then, man.
Come on.
Yeah, man. So yeah, that's another Sunday sit down. Lord willing, you were edified, and yeah, man. You know, as we was going into, just keep your eyes on what's going on out here, man. It's all leading up to the end. It's all leading up to the MOTB, Jacob's Trouble, World War III. It's all everything coming into play, man. So yeah. So with that, we'll give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Bahashem,
Bahashem,
and as always, we give double honor to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Watch your foot.
The water.
If you put your foot down, you just stepped in it.